Have you ever wondered what it really means to grow older with strength, grace, and peace of mind? As the years pass, many of us dream not just of longevity, but of living each day with vibrancy, independence, and clarity. We want to wake up in the morning and feel steady on our feet, strong in our bones, and clear in our thoughts. We want to keep doing what we love, whether it's tending to our garden, walking with a friend, playing with grandchildren, or simply enjoying a quiet morning with a warm cup of coffee and a newspaper. But here's the honest truth. Aging brings changes. Our bodies become more delicate, our immune systems less reliable, and our energy doesn't always show up when we need it most. And yet, within this truth lies hope. Because what if I told you that some of the most powerful tools for healthy aging aren't found in complex procedures or expensive treatments, but right on your plate? That's right. What you eat, specifically the vitamins and minerals you choose to nourish your body, can mean the difference between slowing down or thriving well into your 80s, 90s, and beyond. In this heartfelt story, we're going to explore 6 life-changing nutrients every senior should know about. Not just because doctors recommend them, but because they have the power to rebuild strength, restore balance, and reignite joy. Each chapter is more than just information. It's a guide, a conversation, a gentle nudge toward a stronger, steadier version of you. And as we journey through these 6 essential nutrients, vitamin C, calcium, potassium, folic acid, vitamin D, and omega-3, you'll discover how to make simple choices that can bring profound transformation. So whether you're here for yourself or someone you love, stay with me. Because this is more than a guide. This is a path to reclaiming energy, protecting the mind, and living with the kind of dignity and resilience that every season of life deserves. Now, let's begin our journey with a vitamin that does more than just fight colds. It could be the secret to staying healthy from the inside out. Chapter 1. Vitamin C, the lifelong defender of your immune system. A small orange a day, a stronger tomorrow. At 72, Margaret still remembers her mother's old saying, "Don't leave the house without your scarf and your orange." Back then, it felt like just another harmless superstition. But today, as a grandmother herself, she finally understands the quiet wisdom behind that habit. As we age, our bodies whisper their needs before they shout them. A lingering cough that takes longer to shake off, cuts that don't heal quite as quickly, fatigue that sticks around after a simple walk. These signs may seem small, but they are all clues that our immune system, the shield we've carried since birth, is slowly lowering. This is where vitamin C steps in, not as a miracle cure, but as a loyal ally. It's not flashy, it's not new, but it works, silently, powerfully, consistently. Why vitamin C matters even more after 60. Our immune systems age just like our bones and muscles. They become slower to react, more vulnerable to infections, and weaker in their ability to recover. Vitamin C plays a critical role in keeping that system alert and ready by boosting the production of white blood cells, the soldiers that guard against illness. It also supports their function, helping them work longer and stronger. And here's the hidden bonus. Vitamin C acts like an antioxidant shield for those same cells, protecting them from damage caused by harmful molecules known as free radicals, those invisible sparks that accelerate aging from the inside out. As Margaret learned after recovering from a harsh winter flu, her daily cup of warm lemon water and her generous servings of broccoli and strawberries weren't just comforting, they were crucial. More than immunity, vitamin C and your heart. You may be surprised to know that vitamin C does more than just fight off colds. It has been shown to lower blood pressure, reduce LDL cholesterol, the bad one, and support the health of your blood vessels. For older adults, this is no small thing. Heart disease is the #1 cause of death in the United States. But studies suggest that individuals with higher vitamin C intake have a lower risk of heart issues. Imagine your arteries like flexible garden hoses. Over time, with stress and wear, they can stiffen and clog. Vitamin C helps keep them elastic, reducing the pressure on your heart and lowering your chances of a stroke or heart attack. And it does so gently through everyday foods and simple habits, helping iron do its job. Iron is another critical nutrient that older adults often struggle to absorb. It fuels your red blood cells, carrying oxygen to every corner of your body. But here's the catch. Without vitamin C, your body can't absorb non-heme iron, the kind found in plant-based foods, efficiently. That means even if you're eating spinach or lentils regularly, you may not be getting the full benefit unless you pair them with a source of vitamin C, like citrus fruits or bell peppers. This connection became clear for Harold, 81, who had been feeling tired and dizzy despite a good diet. His doctor suspected anemia and encouraged more iron-rich foods. But it wasn't until his granddaughter suggested adding orange slices to his spinach salad that things started to change. His energy came back, his cheeks got a bit rosier, and he stopped needing those long afternoon naps. How much do you need? For most older adults, the recommended daily intake is women 75 milligrams per day, men 90 mgs per day. This might sound like a lot, but it's easily achievable. A medium orange contains about 70 milligrams, a cup of strawberries, around 85 milligrams. Add in a side of steamed broccoli or a few slices of red bell pepper, and you're well over the line. But remember, your body doesn't store vitamin C, it's water-soluble, which means you need a fresh supply every day to keep your immune system, heart, and skin functioning properly. Best sources of vitamin C, and how to enjoy them. Here are some delicious, senior-friendly ways to get your oranges and citrus fruits. Classic, easy to peel, and perfect with breakfast. Broccoli and cauliflower. Steam them lightly for easier digestion and maximum nutrient retention. Papaya and cantaloupe. These tropical fruits are soft, hydrating, and rich in vitamin C. Red bell peppers. Slice into strips and dip in hummus for a crunchy snack. Tomatoes and potatoes. Add to soups, roasts, or simple baked dishes for comfort and nutrition. For those with reduced appetite, a warm cup of water with lemon and honey can be both soothing and beneficial. And if fresh fruits are hard to come by, frozen strawberries or vegetables still pack a powerful punch. Personal advice, a gentle daily habit. If there's one thing I've learned from working with seniors for over a decade, it's this: small changes make the biggest difference. You don't need expensive supplements or complicated routines. Just be consistent. Start your day with a citrus fruit. Add color to your plate. Pay attention to how you feel after meals, and talk with your doctor about your vitamin needs, especially if you're recovering from illness or dealing with chronic fatigue. Like Margaret, you might be surprised at how something as simple as vitamin C can bring more clarity to your mornings, more energy to your afternoons, and more comfort to your evenings. Chapter 2. The Silent Strength of Calcium. There's a certain dignity in standing tall. And yet, many people don't realize just how much calcium it takes, not just to stand, but to keep standing tall through the decades. In youth, we rarely think about our bones. We leap, we run, we dance, we rise from chairs with ease, step out into our day without a second thought, but then something changes. For many older adults, the first sign comes not with a bang, but a quiet creak in the knees, a subtle stiffness in the hips, a small trip that wasn't supposed to happen, and then a fall, a fracture, a sudden realization that the frame we've trusted our whole lives needs more care than we ever imagined. That's when calcium steps in, not as a miracle drug, but as a lifelong companion we too often neglect. I remember Mrs. Dalton, an 82-year-old former librarian who lived in a quiet New England town. She had always walked to the corner bookstore every Saturday morning, rain or shine, just to sip coffee and flip through the latest mystery novels. One snowy morning, she slipped on her icy front step, fracturing her hip. The fall didn't just rob her of mobility, it stole a piece of her independence. The doctors said it wasn't just the fall, it was her bones. Years of calcium deficiency, hidden quietly behind her otherwise healthy lifestyle. "You take care of your books better than your bones," her daughter gently teased, helping her into the rehab center. And it was true. But here's the good news. While the effects of low calcium can be serious, the solution is wonderfully simple. Calcium is the mineral that builds and maintains strong bones, but it also does much more. It helps regulate heart rhythms, ensures proper muscle function, and supports nerve signaling. For older adults, it's essential, not optional. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at absorbing calcium from food. That's why what used to be enough in our 30s and 40s no longer cuts it after 60. Women over 51 are advised to get at least 1,200 milligrams of calcium each day. Men aged 51 to 70 should aim for 1,000 milligrams, increasing to 1,200 milligrams after 70. But meeting those numbers isn't about popping pills, it's about nourishing your life. Start with food. Leafy green vegetables like kale and collard greens, low-fat dairy like yogurt and milk, calcium-fortified orange juice, canned sardines with bones, tofu, and almonds. All of these offer not just calcium, but an array of nutrients that work together to support aging bodies. And here's something personal. I always recommend a nightly ritual to my aging clients: a small warm cup of milk before bed, perhaps with a pinch of cinnamon or turmeric. It's soothing, nourishing, and gives the body what it needs to rebuild overnight. As one 76-year-old client of mine once said, "That little cup of milk makes me feel like I'm tucking my bones into bed." If dairy doesn't suit you, you're not alone. Many older adults deal with lactose intolerance. But don't worry, almond milk, fortified soy milk, and plant-based calcium supplements can offer excellent alternatives. Just check the label and talk to your doctor to make sure you're getting the right form and dose. And don't forget that calcium needs a partner: vitamin D. Without enough vitamin D, your body struggles to absorb calcium properly, which is why many doctors recommend supplementing both together. Especially in winter months when sunlight, your best natural source of vitamin D, is limited. But perhaps the most important part of calcium isn't what it does inside your body, it's what it gives you outside. Confidence. Confidence to take that walk. To join your grandchildren on the floor for story time. To garden without fear. To know that your body is as steady and strong as the wisdom you've gained over the years. So if you're over 60, ask yourself this: am I giving my bones the strength they need to carry me into this next chapter? Because while independence is a state of mind, it's also built on the silent strength of calcium. Chapter 3. The Quiet Guardian. Potassium. Not all heroes wear capes. Some work quietly in the background, unnoticed, underappreciated, yet absolutely essential. In the story of your health, potassium is that quiet guardian. It doesn't shout for attention like some trendy supplements. It doesn't come with big advertisements or bold promises. But every beat of your heart, every signal your brain sends, every breath you take, potassium is right there, keeping rhythm, protecting you from within. You see, potassium is more than just a mineral. It's a key player in regulating blood pressure, maintaining fluid balance, helping muscles contract properly, and ensuring your nerves function as they should. For older adults, this isn't just important, it's life-preserving. Let me tell you about Howard. Howard was 79, a retired school principal from Oregon. He lived a modest life, filled with simple joys: morning walks, crossword puzzles, gardening on sunny afternoons. But for months, he had been feeling off. His heart would sometimes race. His muscles felt weak after only minor activity. He would get dizzy when standing up too quickly. He assumed it was just aging, but a routine checkup revealed something different: low potassium. That one discovery changed everything. After adjusting his diet, adding bananas to his breakfast, roasted sweet potatoes for dinner, and even a handful of dried apricots for an afternoon snack, Howard started feeling like himself again. It was like the fog cleared, he told me. I could stand tall without wobbling. My hands stopped shaking when holding a cup of tea. Potassium is truly that powerful. But here's the challenge. As we age, our kidneys become less efficient. And because potassium levels are regulated by the kidneys, even small imbalances can have serious consequences. Too little potassium? You may face fatigue, high blood pressure, heart palpitations, or muscle cramps. Too much potassium? You risk irregular heart rhythms and, in severe cases, life-threatening complications. That's why, for seniors, potassium isn't something to guess at. It's something to be mindful of every single day. The recommended intake for adults is about 4,700 milligrams per day. But here's the good news. Nature has packed potassium into some of the most delicious, senior-friendly foods around. Top potassium-rich foods to enjoy. Bananas, of course, perfect as a snack or blended into a smoothie. Sweet potatoes, soft, easy to chew, and flavorful. Lentils and beans, rich in potassium and protein. Avocados, a heart-healthy treat, great on toast or in a salad. Spinach, whether raw or steamed, it delivers a solid potassium punch. Dried apricots or prunes, excellent for both potassium and digestion. But before you load up your grocery cart, there's a very important reminder. Always talk to your doctor first, especially if you have kidney issues or are on medications for blood pressure or heart health. Potassium interacts with many common drugs, and in the wrong amounts, it can do more harm than good. For many of my clients, I recommend a potassium diary. It's not complicated, just a small notebook or even a notes app on your phone. Track what you eat, notice how you feel, and once a month, review it with your healthcare provider. Over time, you'll become more in tune with your body, more aware of the foods that truly nourish you. Because when potassium is in balance, something remarkable happens. Your heart beats stronger, your mind feels clearer, and your movements become more fluid. You feel alive. So if you've been feeling off balance, unusually tired, or your blood pressure has been creeping upward, consider that your body might be calling for more of this quiet guardian. And in answering that call, you're not just addressing a symptom, you're strengthening the very foundation of your well-being. Let potassium be the rhythm that keeps you dancing, the strength behind your steps, and the silent protector guiding you through the golden years. Chapter 4. A shield for the mind and mood. Folic acid. In the quiet corners of the brain, where memories live, where thoughts are formed, where joy is felt, something remarkable is always at work. Folic acid. Also known as vitamin B9, folic acid is often spoken of in terms of pregnancy and child development, but its role in senior health is just as profound, especially when it comes to preserving your mind, protecting your mood, and keeping you connected to the world around you. Let me introduce you to Rose. Rose is 82, a retired librarian from Illinois with a love for poetry and a memory that used to impress everyone. She could recall authors, quotes, and even the library cataloging system from decades ago. But slowly, subtly, something started changing. She couldn't recall the name of a neighbor she'd lived beside for 20 years. She began repeating herself. One day, she got lost walking home from the park she'd visited every morning for years. It was like watching a light dim, her daughter Beth said softly. A visit to the doctor revealed no immediate signs of dementia, but something stood out: low folate levels. Folic acid, it turns out, is essential to brain function. It supports the creation of neurotransmitters, the chemical messengers in your brain that regulate everything from memory to mood. And when levels drop too low, confusion, forgetfulness, even depression can start to seep in. After Rose began adding folate-rich foods to her diet, spinach omelets in the morning, a few slices of avocado on her sandwich, roasted broccoli with dinner, her clarity began to return. Not all at once, but gradually. Her voice regained its warmth, her eyes, their sparkle. "I feel like I came back to myself," she said. Folic acid isn't just about memory, it's also closely linked to emotional well-being. Studies have shown that older adults with low levels of folate are more prone to depression, anxiety, and even feelings of isolation. That's because folic acid helps the brain metabolize serotonin and dopamine, the very chemicals that help us feel calm, focused, and happy. In a world that sometimes grows quieter with age, when routines slow down, friends move away, and family visits become less frequent, emotional health becomes everything. And folic acid plays a quiet but powerful role in keeping that part of us strong. So where can you find this mental and emotional shield? Great sources of folic acid include leafy greens like spinach, kale, and romaine lettuce, broccoli, lightly steamed to retain its nutrients, avocados, creamy and rich in multiple vitamins, lentils and beans, especially great in soups and stews, fortified cereals and whole grains, easy to enjoy at breakfast, liver, for those who enjoy it, one of the richest sources of natural folate. For those over 50, the recommended daily intake is 400 micrograms. Many multivitamins include this, but as always, food comes first. And if your doctor recommends a supplement, be sure to follow their guidance. Here's a simple tip I give my older clients. Color your plate. A plate filled with greens, oranges, and deep reds often means you're getting a variety of vitamins, including folic acid. And Don't underestimate the power of a good meal shared with someone you love. Just the act of sitting down, enjoying nourishing food, and having a meaningful conversation stimulates your brain and warms your heart. Because folic acid isn't just about science, it's about connection. It's about staying mentally sharp enough to remember your grandchildren's names and emotionally steady enough to smile through life's changes. It's about having the mental energy to read your favorite book, write a letter, or laugh at an old memory with a friend. So if you've been feeling foggy, low in spirit, or simply not quite yourself, consider what your brain may be asking for. A little more green on your plate, a little more care in your nutrition, and a lot more grace toward yourself. Folic acid won't turn back the clock, but it might help you enjoy these precious years with more clarity, more warmth, and more of you. Chapter 5. The Sunshine Nutrient. Vitamin D. Imagine waking up to the soft golden light of a spring morning, the kind that spills gently through the curtains, warms your face, and stirs something hopeful inside you. That warmth you feel, that comfort, it's more than just sunshine. It's life. And within that light lives something powerful, vitamin D, often called the sunshine vitamin, and for good reason. As we age, our connection to the sun, both physically and metaphorically, begins to fade. We spend more time indoors. Our skin grows thinner, less efficient at converting sunlight into this vital nutrient. And slowly, without even noticing it, our bodies start to whisper, "I'm missing something." That something is often vitamin D, a vitamin that does far more than most people realize. Let's meet Leonard. Leonard is 79, a retired engineer from Arizona who once loved working in the yard, walking the dog, and playing with his grandkids. But over time, those walks became shorter. His legs began to ache. His balance felt shaky. He didn't have the energy or steadiness he once did. "I just figured it was age," he said. But a routine checkup revealed that Leonard's vitamin D levels were dangerously low. You see, vitamin D isn't just about strong bones, though it absolutely helps with calcium absorption and bone strength. It's also crucial for muscle health, immune function, heart regulation, and even cognitive clarity. When Leonard began taking a doctor-approved vitamin D supplement and spending 15 minutes each morning outside in the sun, he noticed a shift. Not overnight, but real. His legs felt stronger. His posture improved. And most importantly, his confidence returned. Because what many seniors don't realize is that low vitamin D levels can contribute to falls, fractures, fatigue, and foggy thinking. Things often mistaken as just part of getting older. But that's not the whole story. Aging may be inevitable, but fragility? Not always. Vitamin D helps reduce inflammation throughout the body, strengthens muscles, supports nerve function, and keeps the immune system resilient. Especially important as seniors become more susceptible to infections and chronic conditions. It also plays a surprising role in heart health. Low vitamin D levels have been linked to high blood pressure, increased risk of cardiovascular disease, and even mood changes. Yes, that persistent low mood, especially during the colder months, it might not just be seasonal blues. It could be a quiet cry from your body for more of this sunshine nutrient. So, how do you get more vitamin D? Here are the best sources. Sunlight. Just 15-20 minutes a day with your arms and face exposed can make a difference, but always balance with skin protection and your doctor's advice. Fatty fish, like salmon, sardines, and mackerel. Fortified foods. Many dairy products, cereals, and plant-based milks are enriched with vitamin D. Egg yolks, a delicious and easy source. Supplements. When recommended by a healthcare provider, these can safely restore low levels. For adults over 71, the recommended daily intake is 800 IU, but always check with your doctor, especially if you're on other medications or have pre-existing health conditions. And don't forget, movement helps too. Vitamin D works best when combined with light physical activity that stimulates bone and muscle strength. Gentle yoga, stretching, walking in the park, or gardening. If you can, start each day with a bit of sunshine. Open the curtains, sit by the window with your coffee. Step outside and breathe in the morning air. Let the light touch your skin and remind you that life, in all its beauty, is still flowing through you. Because vitamin D is more than a nutrient. It's a metaphor for warmth, for strength, for waking up to the beauty that's still yours to enjoy. Just like Leonard, you may find that adding a little sunlight, inside and out, brings back parts of yourself you thought you had lost. Chapter 6. The Heart's Best Friend. Omega-3. Picture this. A quiet morning. You're sitting on your porch, watching the sun climb slowly into a blue sky. A gentle breeze rustles the leaves. In the distance, birds are chirping. It's peaceful. Your hand rests over your heart. And you think to yourself, how many moments like this do I still get? As we grow older, our priorities shift. We begin to value quality over quantity. And at the core of that quality, of that peace, that strength, that independence, is one vital organ, the heart. And one powerful ally that protects it? Omega-3 fatty acids. Let me tell you about Gloria. Gloria is 82. Her smile is as warm as a summer day, and her laughter fills a room like music. But just 5 years ago, her story was different. She had been diagnosed with early signs of heart disease. Her blood pressure fluctuated. She felt winded climbing stairs. Her energy dipped. Her doctor warned her, you need to take care of your heart, starting now. Gloria, always curious and proactive, asked, what's one thing I can do every day? Her doctor looked her in the eyes and said, start with omega-3s. You see, omega-3 fatty acids are a type of healthy fat found primarily in fish oil and certain plant sources, and they've been scientifically proven to reduce inflammation, lower triglycerides, regulate heartbeat, and support brain function. For older adults like Gloria, this isn't just helpful, it's transformative. After incorporating omega-3 rich foods into her meals and taking a doctor-approved supplement daily, Gloria noticed her energy returning, her blood pressure stabilized, but even more importantly, she felt hopeful again, empowered, in control. So what exactly do omega-3s do? Protect the heart. They help lower blood pressure, reduce the buildup of plaque in arteries, and decrease the risk of arrhythmias and heart attacks. Support brain health. Studies suggest omega-3s can slow age cognitive decline, support memory, and may even reduce the risk of Alzheimer's. Reduce inflammation. Inflammation is at the root of many chronic diseases, arthritis, heart disease, even depression. Omega-3s help calm the storm. Improve mood and emotional resilience. Many seniors who supplement with omega-3s report a lighter spirit, reduced anxiety, and improved emotional balance. And that's not all. Omega-3s even help with eye health, joint flexibility, and skin appearance, making them a holistic support for aging bodies. Where can you find omega-3s? Fatty fish, salmon, mackerel, sardines, trout. Chia seeds and flax seeds, small but mighty. Walnuts, a great snack for heart and brain. Fish oil supplements, easily absorbed and doctor-recommended recommended for many older adults. But there's a catch. Not all fish oil is created equal. Seniors should consult their doctor to ensure they're taking a high-quality supplement that's properly dosed and tested for purity. Some medications can interact with fish oil, especially blood thinners, so safety is key. A personal reflection. When my own grandmother turned 80, she told me something I'll never forget. She said, I don't want to live forever, but I want to feel alive for as long as I'm here. That stayed with me. And when I see the science behind omega-3s and the real stories like Gloria's, I realize how true that is. Omega-3s don't just extend life. They enhance it. They bring back energy, mental sharpness, emotional strength, and a deeper connection to life's. So if you're over 60 or you love someone who is, start the conversation today. Add salmon to your shopping list. Try a handful of walnuts in the afternoon. Talk to your doctor about omega-3 supplements. It's a small act of love for your heart, your mind, your spirit. Because when your heart is strong, everything feels possible again. You wake up excited. You move with ease. You laugh more. You breathe deeper. And maybe, just maybe, you sit on that porch in the morning and feel not just the breeze, but the joy of being alive. Final thoughts. A gift you give yourself. Over the past chapters, we've explored 6 essential nutrients that don't just nourish the body, they restore the soul. Vitamin C, to fight illness and protect the immune system. Calcium, to keep bones strong and stable. Potassium, to support the brain, heart, and muscles. Folic acid, to sharpen the mind and lift the spirit. Vitamin D, to fuel strength, balance, and endurance. Omega-3s, to guard the heart, calm the body, and renew the mind. These aren't fads or miracle pills. They're gifts offered by nature, backed by science, and proven by the lives of countless seniors who choose to age not just with more years, but with more life in their years. So today, as you finish this story, take a moment to ask yourself, what can I do just today to nourish the life I still have? Because the journey isn't over, and your best years, your strongest steps, may still be ahead. Thank you for staying with us. If you found value in this, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Share a comment, let us know which vitamins surprised you the most. And if this story touched your heart, consider sharing it with a loved one. Your voice, your story, and your presence here, it matters. And we're honored to walk beside you.